In today's lesson, I have very sensitive topic for you guys. Yet, it needs to be said, and you need to learn a couple of things about how to do business with your people. Who are your people? It's people in your community. We have a lot of immigrants, a lot of diversity in our community, whether you're Russian, Black, Indian, Asian, doesn't matter. I see a huge trend in construction, in business, where we don't want to deal with the people of our community. I've heard it many times from Russians, where Russian business owner would say, I'm tired of those Russians. I don't want to sell to Russians anymore. I've heard it from Black people who made comments like, I don't want to sell roofs to people in my hood. I've heard it from rednecks who don't want to do business with the people in their community because they're cheap. They treat them with disrespect. So in this video, I want to educate you what you can do if you caught yourself doing one of those things. I know it's not easy lesson to teach. It's not comfortable topic for many people because it has a racial element and it's controversial overall, but I promise you this, as a business owner, you cannot just turn down business. You have to learn how to do business with as many people as possible. So here's my 5 tips how to do business with your people. Number 1, don't get offended. It's life and mentality of many cultures to negotiate with their culture. Oftentimes where, and I know it by myself, I remember growing up as a kid going with my dad to the market, and my dad would try to negotiate in the marketplace. He would be like, hey, how much is sweater? 150 rubles. And he was like, can we get 2 for 170? And I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, I was embarrassed how my dad was negotiating and he was getting those deals. I'm kind of guy, maybe it's millennial thing, price is the price, just pay it or don't do business with them. Well, for many cultures, it's okay to try to get a better deal. People in those cultures that don't wake up in the morning trying to screw someone. They were born that way and raised that way to negotiate for the better deal for their family, for their car. Recently, I was looking at a car, Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, with my videographer actually. And I remember I asked the guy, he was Russian, he was Ukrainian, like this guy, a little bit older. So he was selling Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, and I asked him if the price is firm. He said, if you come back, we can negotiate. I'm like, what? Just tell me if the price is negotiable or not. So it's totally fine in many cultures to ask for better deal from someone that you know. As a business owner, don't get offended just because your fellow friend, someone from your neighborhood asks you for a better deal. Don't think that he's trying to screw you. He's just being him. It's human nature. Number 2, have a professional conversation about your cost. A lot of times people ask you for better deal because they don't know what it means to run a business. They don't know your overhead. They only can judge you by how you look, what you drive, by your watches. And to be honest with you, a lot of times it's our own fault because we're trying to shine in our communities. And then when people see that, they think that we're super rich, that we are profitable, and it's okay to ask you for a better deal because you're rich anyway. It doesn't cost you much. So my advice is have a professional conversation about your costs. Recently, I interviewed Mike Holmes, and he talked about it during the interview. He was bidding a hotel roof, and owner asked him about costs, like, hey, how much does this roof cost you? And he's like, well, his reply was very smart.
I'm in this hotel. And I'm like, well, what do you pay for a room? How much does it cost to let me sleep in your room one night? I said, I'll make the bed myself. I'll bring somebody to pay the bed. He was like, good point. I see what you're saying.
So when you have a professional conversation about cost, people will realize that it's not just buying labor and materials. You actually have overhead and you have to be profitable to do business. Number 3, it's normal for people to ask for discounts. A lot of times people ask for discounts because they think of you as a smaller company, someone they know. They almost think that someone that they know, it's his side gig, it's not his full-time business, and they're gonna ask you for a discount. So maybe learn how to present yourself better. I highly recommend check out my friends at SummaQuote. SummaQuote is a platform that will help you to present your estimates even to your own people. A lot of times when people ask you for these deals, they kind of want a side gig, just almost like a verbal estimate. One of the things that can help you tremendously to sell to your people, even to your friends, is always, no matter of your relationship with a person, always sit down and always present to them just like you would do for anyone else. I want them to see you as a professional you are. Now you actually have a great advantage. You know them, they trust you, they see you're no different than some big companies because there's no reason for a discount. The value is there, and you will devalue yourself if you give them verbal estimate, if you maybe email them estimate. I want you to be as impressive as you possibly can be. Check out SummaQuote and hope it will help you to sell to your people as well. Number 4, learn how to explain that they are helping you by hiring. One of the things I truly love about the United States is understanding of capitalism. Here in the United States, people know that small business is hard, and a lot of people want to support small business. So when someone's son gets his first job or someone's opening business, people go and they do business with them just to support them. Unfortunately, in other cultures, it's not the case. In other cultures, when you're a business owner, you made it. You're a big guy. You should help other people.
Oh, looky here, it's Big City Dwight. Careful you don't get mud on those fancy town shoes.
Well, I highly recommend you to have this conversation with them. Explain that they're helping you by hiring you, not other way around. Explain to them that business is hard. You have employees, you have a payroll, and tell them maybe that you appreciate their business and you appreciate their support. A lot of times people don't know. And lastly, number 5 is be transparent about your profit margins. People just don't know that some businesses only net 5 or 10%. When they know, it's like, wow, I can't believe it. If you tell them that you run $3 million business and you only net 10%, 300K, do you think they're gonna try to get more out of you? Probably not. The problem is, again, it's your social media exposure, it's how you behave. When you go and tell everyone just about millions that your business makes, it's all they hear. They think about you as a millionaire. Oh, this guy, he does millions in roofing. Well, in reality, you're not a millionaire. You're 100,000, like whatever you... In reality, you're not millionaire. You're making a couple $100,000 at best, and people just don't know it. So that's why they always come to you for better deal or don't pay their bill at the end. As a matter of fact, one of the bigger problems is a lot of times I hear from people, from business owner, the true reason why they don't do business with their people is even when after they've done work in the past, it's never went smooth. There's always some kind of weird complaints, or they didn't get paid, or people ask for discounts at the end. In conclusion, I would like to say this problem for some people is way bigger than I even presented in this video. I've seen so many people being burned by it. My wish to you is be transparent, be honest with yourself, identify the problem if it exists, and comment below what you think about this topic. Did I explain it well? Do you agree with me? Maybe you disagree with it. Maybe give me some tips how to deal with the situations I described in this video, because I know it will help a lot of people who watch this channel. Give it a like if you like this content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.